Our next guest traveled the world to find out the secrets to happiness. In his brand new book, it is called Thrive, Dan Buettner studies the places on Earth on 4 continents where people say they are the most satisfied with their lives. And he joins us now to reveal the winning locations and what they can teach us all about being happy. Good to see you again,
Nice to see you.
So how do you define happiness?
All right, so traditionally, researchers ask you how happy you are, but the problem is we only remember about 3% of our past. So new methods actually measure how happy you are from moment to moment, your experience happiness. Thriving is not only saying you're happy, but actually experiencing it from day to day. That's what we want when it comes to happiness.
So that's the connection. That's why the reason for the book's name is Thrive.
Thrive. It's actually an academic term.
All right. Do you all want to know the 4 happiest places?
Let's go.
Okay. Here is number 1. What, I just pick it up right here?
All right. Tricky here.
Denmark. So what can we learn about this?
Happiest place in the world. You know, most of us think that the more money, the more status we get, the happier you are. But actually, Denmark teaches us the opposite thing. Denmark is a place where your health care is taken care of, your education is taken care of, but you're taxed to the mean. A garbage man makes about as much as a lawyer, and you get no extra credit for wearing the latest fashions or for having the newest car. So where happiness comes from in Denmark is you're more likely to get a satisfying job. It turns out research shows that you only want to strive to make about $75,000 a year. After that, you get no more experienced happiness.
Really?
And a big takeaway is you want to take a full 6 weeks of vacation. I know that raises eyebrow. Tell your boss. But if you can't take full 6 weeks, you want to take lots of short vacations. You'll get more satisfaction out of that than one big long one.
Because it's so exciting when you're planning.
That's right.
For that vacation.
We love to plan.
Right.
We love to remember it, and we love to talk about it.
So if we break it up into little small ones and not maybe the
long weekends instead of the.
But 6 weeks, that would be great.
6 weeks out. Well, after that, you start to even get bored with vacation.
All right, and number 2.
Unless you go to
San Luis Obispo, California. And we didn't spell California right. Just so you know.
California, that's a new place.
That's a new one.
So actually, you know, up until 3 years ago, we didn't even know what the happiest place in America was. And thanks to Healthways and Gallup, they've done 1 million surveys. We can we'll find it right here in sort of middle California. And what's going on here is a bunch of little things. One of the things we learned, it's easy to get to work, either biking or walking.
Right.
And, you know, if you commute 2 hours, you need an extra 40% pay to make up for the unhappiness that comes from. We hate commuting on a day-to-day basis. It's also a very social place, and it underscores the research that you should try to get 7 hours of social interaction a day, and not, you know, just online, but really face-to-face like we're doing right now. 7 hours, the happiest people report
so that interaction makes you happy.
That we evolve with the interacting, talking to each other.
That's great. Let's go to another continent here. And
this will shock you, by the way. Happiest place in Asia.
Happiest place in Asia is
Singapore. Yeah, people think it's Bhutan.
Yeah.
So let me tell you a secret of happiness.
Okay.
There is no magic bullet. There's magic buckshot, lots of little things going on. And here in Singapore, there's 40 or 50 small things, but the thing I like the best is there are tax incentives to keep your aging parent nearby. So elderly get better care, they're happier. And another piece of research, we know that when it comes to socializing, believe it or not, we get the most satisfaction out of socializing with our parents. You know, you think it'd be your friends, but actually you like hanging out with your folks more than you think.
And so that's what we learn about here in Singapore.
I think it's an important point.
But there's a tax incentive for them to...
A big tax incentive there. People can tend to own their own homes. It's kind of hard to buy luxuries, but they're financially secure.
And the last one we have here...
Nuevo Leon.
Now, that's surprising because you hear about some really tough things going on in that area.
Gang violence and drug-related violence there. But this underscores the fact that there are mechanisms we can use that can make you happier everywhere. It turns out that religious people are happier than non-religious people, no matter where you go in the world. And their definition of family is not just brothers and sisters. It's cousins, aunts and uncles, godparents that live in the U.S. And that forms an important stress buffer, a financial buffer, and it makes sure you get that 7 hours of socializing a day.
There you have it. So bottom line, if we want to find happiness where we are, if we can't live in some of these places.
It's to thrive. It's to set up your life so you're nudged into happiness in little small ways. Not the silver bullet, the silver buckshot.
All right, Dan. Thank you very much. Are you a little happier now? Yeah. Are you happy? Okay. Thanks so much. And always good to have you here.
Thank you.